the realities of a seed hoarder. That's not all of it. There's loads more in there. They're the ones that I collect. And then I've got another tin up here full of seeds. Well, that's what happens. You've got to stockpile seeds. Seeds are life. Can't live without seeds, you know. Baby lives that I need to consume, potentially, or want to look at because they look nice. I am currently separate. I'm not doing veggies yet, but I do need to set me flowers. So I'm picking out some of my flowers. Valerian. Tansy don't never last though, is the problem. The reason why I'm doing this is because, well, my garden's like muddy as heck at the moment, and I'm hoping if I put some toad flax, yes, I'm hoping if I start putting plants in that it helps a bit, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. So toad flax is fairy snapdragons. They're tiny little snapdragons, baby little things. I love snapdragons. I love them. And I managed to find some that were stripy. Oops. Oh dear. I found some stripy ones. I found some. I've had them before, but because they cross-pollinate, the stripes don't always last that long. And toad flax doesn't always last that long either. So it's always good to get more. Why? I've got labels. Seeds of hope. What are them? Oh, they're irises. Got you. We're not doing them yet. But yeah, I've got loads. Poppies. I've got loads of poppies in here. I've got saxifrage. I'm going to be putting in a few different things, obviously. When I say a few, not really a few, like many. What's that one? Eggs and bacon. Poached egg. Poached egg, eggs and bacon. I can't wait to put them in. They're also called bird's foot, but I know them as eggs and bacon. Because when they flower, they're red and yellow, and you find them in the wild. They're red and yellow, and it looks like egg and bacon everywhere. Bits of egg and bits of bacon, scrambled egg and bits of bacon. And then the poached egg is as it sounds. It's the white on the outside and then the yellow in the middle, but it's not like a daisy. The petals are half yellow and white. So it looks like it's got a yellow yolk. What are they? Oh, yeah, I've got loads of columbine. All my columbine disappeared. So I've got some wild and I've got some cultivated just to, I don't know, see what they're about. Loads of poppies. I've got a grey one in here. What's this? Not sure, but we'll do them. I've got to be careful. What are they? Lawn chamomile. That's true. I need to do those as well. Valerian. Loads of... I am a big poppy fan. I love poppies. I've got a child's book from when I was a kid that's all about planting poppies everywhere. What are they? Oriental poppies, of course. I've got some grey poppies in here. I had one survive last year and it didn't make it through the winter, so we're going to try again. And I've got... I don't know where they've gone. I've got roses somewhere, stripy roses, stripy red and yellow rose seeds. And I've got multicolour sunflowers. I've just realised I've not been watching myself film. So whether you get to see any of this properly, I've no idea because I've only just realised. And I've also got a bunch of wildflowers because it's always good to bring bugs in for the birds. And I also like wildflowers. I don't think I need to do herbs this year. Spinach beet. If you are ever going to want spinach, don't get normal spinach. Get spinach beet because the leaves are fucking huge, bruh. The leaves are huge and they taste great. And even if the pigeons picked them, it doesn't really matter. So pigeons eat brassicas and greens. So brassicas is like your cabbage, your cauliflower, your broccolis. They like all those things. they will eat the greens on the outside because it's good for them. And I don't mind sharing. I'll have the insides anyway. But they will also go for this. These grow huge. Spinach beet. It's called perpetual spinach. It always grows. Mine don't grow anymore because I moved it. I took it out its happy pot and I moved it. And that was my fault. But yeah, I'm getting my seeds ready. I don't need broccolis. Do I have broccolis this year? I might. This is far too much to be doing at once, by the way. This is me getting very excited and wanting everything at once. That's not how this is going to work. At all. At all. I'm going to whittle down in a sec what I'm going to be doing. This is not reality. This is not sensible. This is just me eyes bigger than my belly situation, basically. So I'm gonna go through these, and I've just bought the rest of my hanging shelves out. So I made these. They're made out of bed slats, nothing special, and some wool that I got left over. And they hang up here, look. So that one's already up there. This is essentially one big greenhouse, if you think about it. Well, that's the way I think about it. So I use it like that, and I put the hanging shelves up all the way along this top edge that would otherwise be a waste. And if you can see, I've got my holes in for my hooks. And then they all go up there. And then I will line all down here as well. Unsure how, because I've got plants everywhere, although my aloe vera is not surviving, and I'm so sad. Such is the way of life, you know. But I'm going to do that. And then I've got more hanging shelves for my bedroom, for more space. I've got my tiny little greenhouse here that was made for me by my friend. So I put some in there. And then I'll show you a handy dandy trick for your seeds outside if you can't afford a greenhouse or you don't have the space for one. Not even a little tiddly one. Just using what you've got, basically, is what I will show you when I get to the point of showing you. Which isn't today, because that is a sunset. But yeah, going through my seeds, going to figure out which ones I do first. And start doing some seeds. What is these? Self-heal. Prunella. Cool. Do you know, I forget what I buy. I buy all these things and then I forget. And then I get them out a year later. And I'm so surprised. Surprised and happy. Even though I'm the one that bought them. But I forgot. You know, that's good. That's a good thing. Yellow striped rose. I'm going to try again. Because these are really hard to cultivate. So I'm going to try again. Who knows? They could not even be real seeds. Might not even be rose seeds. Someone could have sold me some crap. Grey poppies. Love grey poppies. Love that. What are they? Oh yes, wild bergamot. Really difficult. Gonna try again. All my lupins died. The snails absolutely obliterated it. We're gonna do that again. Lupin. If I remember rightly, lupin is also part of the brassica family. I could be making that up. It's part of a particular family, which I might not be able to specify because I can't remember off the top of my head because my brain's not that good. We've established that. They're using it in, I think it's Iceland and Greenland at the moment to basically bring in the wildlife again. All these flat plains that's not got any wildlife or vegetation at all. The lupin is being used, purple lupin is being used to bring in all the nature back in and rewild everywhere. And when the plant dies, all the nutrients go in the ground and then other things can start growing. So, and also things like to eat it. A lot of things like to eat it because it's edible for them, which makes it difficult for me to keep. But I like them. They get big and it's nice to see the birds sat on them. So, yeah. I want lawn chamomile. I am going to phase out grass whilst I want some grass. Grass is good. I don't want to keep mowing for the rest of my life. And also, there's no benefits to grass, really. It's just what rich people had to look good. You know, it was something to show that they had workers that were maintaining their grounds and keeping this flat open space of land. You know, working class people and the poor people would be using their land for veggies and fruits and crops and that type of thing, and food for their animals and all that kind of stuff. You know, rich people started the ornamental gardens, so they're the ones that started the topiary and the flowers, and you know, the big areas of big strips of lawn, and that was to show status. I've got workers that are maintaining these fancy things that don't do anything at all. I can use my land for stupid things that don't do anything. That's basically what grass is about. Am I a fan of, and it costs, and people think that grass is low maintenance and it costs less. It doesn't. You're all wrong. You're all wrong. Rich people had grass. Rich people had grass because they could afford it. You know, grass isn't a thing for working class people or poor people. Get rid of your grass. It does nothing other than cost you a lot in tools and maintenance and that kind of crap. Get yourself some creeping thyme, some clover, get some lawn chamomile. That's not lawn chamomile. That's somewhere else in here. But get those things, get the creeping things. Mosses, you know, nice things. And it does more. It does more for you. Well, you can have the chamomile, you can eat it, you can eat the creeping thyme. You can be careful with clover. It is edible. You've got to do it a particular way. You can't just start chewing down on clover. You can with the flowers. You can pull the flower heads out of the pink and white ones, and where they would join in the flower, you can chew that tiny end off, and they're very, very sweet because of the nectar and what have you, and it's really nice. But you can't eat the whole thing. You can't eat the whole thing. I've sidetracked again. I can go on a massive tangent about anything all the time, every day, which is why I spend a lot of time on my own, because then I'm only doing my own heading, nobody else's. Not only that, I wear myself out, and people wear me out. You know, it's bad enough I have to deal with myself, let alone other people, and it's bad enough that I have to deal with myself, and even worse if they have to deal with me. You know, if I do videos, it's up to people if they want to watch it or not, isn't it? I'm not forcing nobody. But yes, this is where we're at. I think I'm going to start with snapdragons because they're always my easiest. Snapdragons and toadflax is always my easiest, and I love them. And I'm going to do them, and then I can set them first, and they will take really quick, and they're going to be my first flowers. Nice and easy. First ones to get stuck in, no issues. They're going to do well. We're going to do them. Then I think the next lot will be the bigger ones. So my hollyhocks, and my larkspur, and my foxglove. I've already got some foxglove. But they're biannual, which means they'll come up one year and not the next. And then they'll pop up again the third year. So what you do is you put some in one year and then some in the next year, and then you've got them popping up all the time. So I need to put some more of those in. These three are all really tall flowers, so I need to find a good spot for them and give them space so that they can stand up and they've got sun, but not in the same place as my irises, because they need their own space. So I hope they come up this year. They come up last year. I hope they've stayed and they've come up. It's seeding time. February 2nd was a really bad day for weather, which means we are past the eye of the storm, and I can start, what is that? Oh, it's poached egg again. I can start planting. What's this? California poppy. What is that? Oh, a different type of toadflax. These ones are like red and yellow, whereas the other ones I've got are all pastel colours. So I bought these ones because I thought these were interesting. Look how tiny the seeds are. Tiny, tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And these are columbine, but these are cultivated ones. They're not natural. Very excited. I love this time of year. I'm getting stuck into my poppies and my plants. Chocolate sunflower. Very good. That's a mix of sunflowers. There's all different ones in there, look. I'm going to have lots of different coloured ones. I would ideally like them lining my path up the top end. I think that would look very nice. All of the tall ones is going to require new canes. I've had to get rid of all my canes. They've all rotted away. They've done the time. So I'm going to have to get new ones. I'm going to go for metal ones this time because they're going to last longer. Where are you? Broccolis. Broccolettos. If it says broccolettos or brassica, it's going to be a broccoli or part of broccoli family, like a cabbage or a cauliflower. But yeah, the realities of a lady who loves her seeds when it's seeding time. More snapdragons. Which ones are them? Interesting. Columbine blue. I love columbine. They look like, they hang down and they look like little ladies in fancy dresses with petticoats. But yeah, saxifrage is good as well. I love saxifrage. It's like a big carpet of tiny leaves and all these little flowers stick up out of all these spiky low leaves, and you have these, and they look like stars. A carpet of stars. You see, when I'm filming, no one's here to tell me to shut up. And I need that sometimes because I don't, you know. I just don't. Okay. I'm going to try and figure out what I'm doing because I need an order. I can't just... This is nuts. Like, the excitement's wore off and I need to get down to the business. You know what I mean? I've got to get into business. So, leave me be. Don't bug me. As if you are. I'm going to crack on. See you in a bit.